What's up guys, Shouri here, and today I'm bringing you one of my favorite loadouts and one that I think is severely underrated lately. Especially after the M4 skin came out and then the new AUG came out, there's just a lot of guns that really overshadowed the AK47, but I'm not necessarily sure they should have. I mean, there are better guns, and at the very least, it's just a different style of gun. The one thing that I do love is you do so much damage, even from super far away, and then you also have an insane amount of bullets. But then, when you pair that with a short-range gun of an AR97 short-range hipfire, you can just do some crazy stuff. Here are both those guns, pause it, and then you can look up all the different attachments. And for those who don't know, the AR97 is actually really good as a close quarter combat weapon. So you do need to use this hipfire build. You can put any type of scope you want on it really, but for this one I would recommend either 2x or 3x. And then for the AK47, 3x or 4x, just whatever you want. Just remember that you don't want to do any of the really long range stuff with this version of the AR97 because it is less effective at range, and your AK47 is just so good at range. So pretty much you want to take every single close range fight with the AR97 because this build of the AK47 is pretty bad up close. It is so good in that medium to long range though. So one the basically ground rules of this combo is just making sure that you don't take the up close fight with something like hipfire for the AK47 or you will have a bad day. And another thing, whenever you're using this build of the AR97, you can kill people from crazy distance still. It's pretty good up until like the very longest of long range, and then it literally won't hit a bullet. But in any medium long range fight, just scope in, you're good to go. And also, whenever you are hit firing it, you do have to lead your shots a little because of it being a burst weapon, but that's pretty much all you really need to know to do this combo to the fullest. Right here, we're going to go ahead and let this guy get up, that way we can go ahead and steal that kill, and then we are going to look for the next one. We know that there are two people here, and even though we don't know where the second one is, that's the best part about it. You got two guns that can just murder from range. It isn't even close. Right there, that was me mostly sucking and not being able to hit my shots. That has nothing to do with the gun. So don't blame that on the AK. That's just me being bad. But even though I'm terrible, we already have 22 kills. 12 people left. You know we're going for that 30 bomb. We see the guy just drop down right there, and we know he's not playing, so I am not worried about him. More worried about the guy coming up close. And just so you know, with the AR97 short range, you can literally hip fire them in the head twice and kill people with yellow shields. That's why that guy didn't melt it so fast and why it's such an effective close range weapon. You just melt everyone so fast. There's just so little they can do. And if you're someone who likes to use movement, especially with things like Emma, where you just want to be able to hit that one shot, kind of do a little bit of back and forth to heal yourself back up, having something that can kill as fast as this in hip fire, it really is just insane. And so we go ahead and just burst that guy through the wall, and then we try to hit our shots, but we miss so much. And once you're already that far behind, it's better to just reset. Go ahead, get all your health back. No reason to take too many risks, especially when you have 26 kills and you want that 30 bomb. So we are just going to slowly roll up, and then we get this guy right in the back. And like I said, like the hip fire on this, it just kills so fast. And I have no idea. These are body shots too. The easiest kills I've ever gotten. Luckily, we get that guy right in the air, and then we see another one drop. Only need two more for the 30, and then we just like absolutely abuse this Emma, and we almost get him, but unluckily for us, we could not. And I'm not gonna lie, I have absolutely no idea where he went. Like, I have no clue. But what I did realize is I had priority to the new zone, so we just wait for it to get to where we can have other rope, and then we immediately go up, and now all we gotta do is wait for these guys to come. We have good cover, and then we're gonna throw some grenades just to soften them up in case we can. We know they have to come because of the zone. We have the AK out instead of the AR97 because it's better at range, and then we just have one guy. We're gonna go ahead, use our UAV. If you have money and there's only one guy left, you always want to use that to know where they are. We're going to just get some distance because that's the best way to do it. And then since it's a medium longish range fight, we want to just bring out the AK, just have as much as we can, play the head glitch. I mean, it's an easy win with the zone pushing them into us. Easiest win of your life. We get the 30 bomb with an insane 7k damage. And like I said, this is one of the most underrated things, and I think it just went from the AK-47 being known as like the best AR to a lot of different things coming through. Like you have the CAG have its special skin, the M4 had a special skin. I mean, the SCAR has always been pretty good too. And then once you had the AUG come in, you just had a lot of people using other guns, especially ranged ARs. And then the AR97 is very good at range when you have the long range version. So it's just one of those things where I think that the AK-47 went from like the best to not talked about that much, which really surprised me when I started asking people, hey, what's your best AR? And then like in the top 3 wasn't even the AK-47 a lot of the times. And I think it just is exactly what I said, where there are a lot of new things, and shiny new things just kind of come out to be what people like. And it makes it where really good things can get overshadowed and just not played as much while being still very good and very effective. Right here, we are just beaming people, even at range with this short range build that will just destroy. I'm telling you guys, like, I have never had a gun that is more fun to play than the AR97 hipfire version. And I think part of that is just the fact that you can jump down out of the sky with a pistol, grab out of a buy station the AR97, kill someone up close, then you can kill somebody else up from far away, like all with just buying one gun. So there's a lot of times that you'll die and you just only have 5k and you gotta choose. And it's one of those guns that is really nice for that kind of stuff, which is lucky for us, considering we just made a dumb decision to run out in the middle and there was a guy to our right we didn't see, and when we come back we have one of the best guns ever to pick up right out of the station. But also had like 50k, so it didn't matter. I just bought both guns. And we are able to get right back in the fight. We immediately kill the guy who killed us in the beginning, so we get our revenge. And then we are just going to use Zero to get in the fight as fast as possible. We are just running at everyone and just don't care at all. And then another guy actually ran into us right here, and not the guy we were trying to fight, so that's rough. We pre-fired the door, and it was huge misses all around. But the thing is, you only gotta hit him like a couple times. So even though I missed like every single shot of that, we still were able to get the kill because of how little bullets you need to hit with the AR97. And that is another really cool feature of the gun, is like, we just two-shotted him in the back. Like it was nothing. Like, he was completely full, and we just insta-kill him. And right there, we saw on our radar that a guy was basically on that tower. The zone's coming in. He has to come into us. And then we just absolutely destroy. There are some times like that where I probably should have scoped. I end up doing hip fires all the time when I need to scope anyways, just because, like, I like to play that way. But you don't really have to hip fire unless it's too close. Right there, those guys are cheating. They're playing as a duo, so we're just going to wait for them to come by, and then we see the first one and we just absolutely whiff, and then we do have him on our radar. Luckily for me, the other one is still just staying back a little bit. He ended up getting caught on the way out, so instead of having to fight a duo, we only have to play one of the guys who's so terrible he cheats in solos, so that's easy. And then we do see exactly where they are. They're right above us, and I didn't know if he was on the roof or just on the catwalk, so we do move slowly, and then we do see he was on the catwalk. I think he dropped down on the outside and came in, and that allowed us to get there. Right here is a little tricky. We know the zone's coming in, so we have to go quick, but we don't want to go to the right because there's a guy at the gate. So what we do is we jump up the front of the truck, which is the only way to jump over that fence and get into this building, which we knew would be in zone, and then we're just going to wait for this guy to make the first move. Luckily for me, he did, and he went for the other guy too, so he was screwed. He jumps out to go fight the guy in the middle, and he basically just gets clipped in the back by me. Luckily, we were able to finish him off, then kill the other guy. 22 kills, 6k damage, easy peasy. But there are some downsides to the AK-47, mostly and only really towards late game circles that are really close quarters combat intensive. Like this circle that ends here on this buy station, and there's really no cover other than this building, which makes it all close quarters combat, and you can really only use your AR97. So a lot of the times in zones like this, I don't like to use the AK-47. Funny enough, those two guys were riding in the same car, and he went AFK, and the guy ran him into a wall right into me, so that was free. But we do end up having a really big predicament, where we really only have one gun. So in situations like this, I like to just go ahead, get rid of the AK, and go for something like an MP5 or a P90. You could use really any gun, the IPN, just anything that's decent at close range, and it doesn't really matter. It's just like when you have one gun that you can't really use unless you're pretty far away, it's just way better in situations like this, especially if you wanted to hold this building at the end circle. Like right here, you can just murder people, especially Emmas with this gun, because it does so much damage. But then we get unlucky right here, we run out of ammo, we have to use the AK, and it just doesn't work in these up close situations. So when we drop back down, what we do is we go ahead, we just buy the MP5, and then we keep the AR97 because it is really good in that medium to long range still. Like, as long as you're not super long range, you will hit the shots. Like right here is pretty much the maximum effective distance, and as you can see, even when they're standing still, it isn't the best. So like I said, you don't want to be like super long range with it, but I mean, it'll do. And then anything up close, you're just good with either gun, and so if you run out of ammo with one, you want to be able to use the other, and that's pretty much what the circle was always going to be, and that's why we go ahead and use the MP5. As you see, it's pretty good at that long range anyways. So I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there, that with this combo, if you have a close range combat in circle, you definitely want to just get rid of that AK and go for the MP5 or P90 or really any gun you want up close. If you like this, I post videos every other day, so please like, subscribe, and have a great day.